Hi guys, happy Sunday. It's not so happy for me. And the reason I'm uploading right now is in the interest of just kind of keeping things real. You know what I mean? Putting it out there for no particular reason, I guess, except for, showing the good, bad, and ugly of my life, I guess, and talking about how I feel today and how I'm sick. And I've got a UTI, really bad. I peed yesterday morning. TMI, right? Well, we all pee. What the hell? Before going to work, and as soon as I peed, I got this horrible pain down there. Really bad, like glass was coming out of me. So I knew what was up. I knew what was going to go on. I knew I couldn't get out of going to work because we're very short staffed. There's literally no way to find someone else. I know it's not my problem. It's like management's problem. People always tell me I overextend myself for a company in which I really make no money. But anyway, so I went to work and I was like, oh man, this is going to be a long ass day. As if 14-hour day, even in the best of times, isn't a long ass day, but I'm used to it on a Saturday. If my voice is raspy right now, it's because I just didn't sleep well at all last night. I barely slept. And I had a couple cigarettes this morning, and I'm on allergy medication, which makes my mouth really dry. And I am drinking tons of water because of this UTI. Anyway, I got to work. Luckily, my good friend and coworker who does the medication was there, and I said, listen, I have to run to CVS and get some Azo, which is an over-the-counter medication for urethral pain. And they also have an Azo test strip, so that if you can't get right to the doctor, you can test your urine to see if there's leukocytes and nitrites and blood and whatnot in it. And it tested bright purple. I don't know why I'm getting a video chat. I think that's probably a mistake. I don't even know if you can hear that or not through here. I'm going to ignore it. That's annoying. I'm probably covered with toast crumbs right now. My face looks terrible. My eyes are all puffy from allergies. And yeah, I just feel shitty. I've been taking Advil for the pain. Um I take the Azo, which doesn't really do all that much. It took my pain down from excruciating to basically bearable enough to stay at work, but I was miserable yesterday. And I was very happy to go home last night and try to get some sleep, but I woke up like 7 times during the night to pee. And I'm sure most of you have had a UTI. You feel like you have to pee, and sometimes you don't really have to. It's just that burning urgency. But I drank like 12-ounce bottles of water during the course of yesterday. And so I had to get up a lot. And so this morning I just feel depleted. I feel completely drained. I feel a little nauseous. My allergies and my sinuses hurt. And I need to go to urgent care to get properly diagnosed and get some antibiotics. But right now I just do not have the energy to leave the house. And also, I have bipolar, which you all know. And this is like this level of tiredness and wanting to just be on the couch with a blanket around me and just feel kind of gross and drink coffee and eat toast and just be like a fat blob is also kind of a part of the cycling of bipolar. I mean, I am on Lamictal. My nurse practitioner was talking about maybe um, titrating me up a little bit, but I don't like to mess around with anything mood altering too much because I like to feel my feelings, no matter what they are. I try to realize that as human beings, we all have different feelings and emotions. And I mean, look at the laundry pile that I'm laying up against right now. It's like I don't even care. I've got dishes in my sink. I do have my vanilla candle burning, so that makes me feel a little better. I chewed off all my nail polish last night because I was very anxious. That's something I do when I'm anxious. When I'm in a bipolar slump, due to how I feel physically, one kind of feeds off the other, and I just don't feel like doing anything. I will sit here today and probably smoke a few cigarettes and watch YouTube because that is a sort of entertainment that makes a certain part of my brain like shut off. Right now I'm watching hiding my moon face, who used to be Shaquana Jefferson, who I used to really love a lot. I mean, I still love her, but I stopped watching her for a long time because she does a lot of I think it's Grand Theft Auto, and I don't follow any video games or anything like that. But now I see that she uploaded and she's actually showing her face. And I think she's very beautiful, and I think she has a lot of great shit to share. She doesn't even have a moon face. I know she goes up and down in her weight, but this one right here has a fucking moon face, and I'm like, you know what? I feel so flat in my emotions right now that like I don't even care. It's like I care, but I don't. Because as I always say, I know exactly what to do to lose weight. I really do. It's all up here. I just don't do it. I don't really care right now. Like, I feel like it all goes back to unworthiness, or, because I'm not in a relationship, it doesn't matter if I'm fat or thin. And I still know I'm a good mom and a good grandma and a good worker. And so who cares what I look like? And that's probably true, but I don't feel good. Like, I feel my stomach on me like a freaking boulder. Like, I just feel so clumsy and awkward when I walk because of this extra weight, and it's really climbing up there. And I don't get on my home scale anymore like I used to religiously. I wait until I am almost like forced to be on a scale at a doctor's office. They might even weigh me today at urgent care. I mean, I can turn it down, but sometimes I almost masochistically want to know, just so I can keep beating myself up for being a fat piece of shit. And I always do know what causes it. I know what causes water retention in me. I know what happens when I eat a lot of carbs. And I'm kind of a sugar fiend lately. I really love chocolate. That's kind of like my jam. So I don't know if I'm craving that so much simply because I love the taste, and most people do love that taste, or if it's like a magnesium deficiency or some kind of a phosphorus, or whatever the minerals are in chocolate. Talk about equivocating, right? No, you like chocolate because you're a fatty and you like chocolate, and I'm not severely depressed, but I'm just depressed enough to where like I don't give a shit. And yet other times you guys see me on here with, the nice earrings and a new top and a lot of makeup, and I'm on top of the world because I just bought something. So the other side of that is when all of that is stripped away and I barely want to even take a shower and I just want to sleep. But sometimes my mind is too anxious to let me sleep. And those are the times I feel like deleting Facebook and deleting Instagram and deleting this channel. And I'm feeling kind of sad about my aunt dying and the sort of politics that stirs up within my crazy family. And I'm still feeling raw about that interview thing I did on that my friend Melody's YouTube channel, where I talk in depth about the cult and my life. And I don't regret it because I do ultimately want to go public with my story and eventually write my book, because not for vainglory or selfish reasons or attention, but because I want to bring attention to the concept of cults and the fact that there's still so many all around the world and there's people trapped in them, and that I feel that if they hear a story of how somebody rescues themselves out of it and sort of pulls themselves up by their bootstraps, even though a cult doesn't allow boots, as it were, it can be done. But I haven't heard any feedback, from hardly anybody about it, let alone people in cults. I've heard from people who kind of go, oh my God, how did you live through that? And oh my God, you poor thing. And on a certain level, I guess that feels good, but it's also not what I want to hear. I don't want to live my life as a victim. I want to be a victor of my past, which I know I am, but I don't want it to be like the hallmark of my whole personality. Like, oh, that's the woman who left a cult. But it was a huge, gigantic part of my life. I mean, that was everything from the age of 5 to 26. Oh, I just paused my video and it went off. So I'm hoping that after I take a little nap, I can get some strength and energy back, put some decent clothes on, go to urgent care, probably get some Cipro. I think ciprofloxacin is what I took the last time I had a UTI, but it's so draining. Chronic pain is just so Like, all you want to do is get into one position on your couch or bed and just, like, stay in it. But having said that, it's hard for me to relax. And this medication gives me such dry mouth. Oh my God. So that's it from me, your fat, non-glamorous friend, which is fine. It's all part of life, right? I'm going to take today off, and I don't think I work until tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning I have to go to headquarters and get the rest of my check because my check was short by a lot of money this week. Not even going to get into that because I've got a lot to say about how all that gets handled. It's very hard work, and I certainly am not doing it as a volunteer. You know, I want my money. So I'm going to go and do that, and then probably just have like a weird stomach, gastro issues from the antibiotics, and hopefully I won't be on them so long that I get a yeast infection, because it tends to be like a 1-2 punch. I know this isn't a fun topic. I've probably lost you guys already, if anybody even still watches me. But I'm just doing this to come on with no makeup and just be like, blah, and keep it real. You know what I mean? I feel like when people have a channel, well, let me take that back. If you're like a beauty influencer, or if your channel is in one direction, like the people I admire for picking a topic and staying with it, then yeah, you have to always look good and stuff. But my channel is just about the journey of my crazy life and getting older and dealing with stuff during recovery. And what I am really happy to say is that no matter what I go through these days, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially, excuse me, belchingly, I'm not drinking over anything. You know what I mean? So that's an amazing accomplishment for me as a person with an addictive personality. I think that the weight gain and the food has been a result of quitting the drinking, which does happen, by the way. Just like you gain weight usually when you quit smoking, you tend to almost inadvertently trade an addiction or an addictive behavior one for the other. I don't mean a true addiction. I mean, I'm not like eating constantly. I'm not binging. I feel like I still eat pretty normally, but not for my particular body and metabolism. I can gain weight very easily if I go even a little over on calories. So, but you know, by the same token, I'm not trying to hate myself for it. I don't want to beat myself up for it. There's worse things in this world than being fat. And everything else is still good because there's no place I really have to be today. So I can stay right here on this recliner all day if I want and let my mind turn to oatmeal by watching YouTube instead of the huge amount of other channels I have and the movies that have been recently recommended to me. And I've got that pile of books, which I've already started to delve into. So, but even that requires effort because you have to hold a book open and look at it, right? Whereas with YouTube, I lean back, I shut my eyes, and I listen to other people go on about their issues and problems and things that aren't really even problems. But for some reason, there's something in the human psyche that wants to take a little peek into the blinds of how other people live and sort of climb through their closets, and it takes you out of yourself a little bit. That's it. I just spoke for like 14 minutes about a UTI and about how I feel like shit, but it's just to show a little contrast that when I start feeling better and put the makeup back on and have a little bit more ebullience, I'll be back on to report about that too. So guys, love yourselves. Take your mental health seriously. Take your meds if you need to be on them. Go to the doctor. Don't ignore symptoms of anything, especially during this time of the panini, you know how we say. And it's allergy season, man. And boy, the weather here in New York has been cold at night and very windy during the day, and the sun comes out, but then the wind makes it cold. And with my continuing hot flashes and thyroid issues, which affects my temperature sensors in my body, I'm always running over to my thermostat to turn it either up or way down. Sometimes all the way off, and then other times I'm so cold I crank it up to like 75. So And it's really dry in here. And plus, the air is a little bit smoky. So I'm going to wind up regretting this, but I'm going to post it. And I love you guys. Thanks for listening. And have a good Sunday. Peace out for now. Think a good thought for me with my burning pea. Talk to you later. Bye.